Here. I'm from the south of Brazil. My university is a public university. It's not my first job in distance education, like as Michael say. In 95, 96, I set the first distance education project in university in Brazil with video conference system and digital communication. I work in the Federal University of the Santa Catarina when we offer the first graduate programs delivered by distance education in Brazil with the major companies of Brazil, like as Petrobras, is a national oil company, and steel companies and other companies. When I conclude my doctoral program in that university, I moved to São Paulo, set another project for virtual university, and Unisul is my third program in setting virtual university. I'm in 6 years in this project, and I told you. Well, we create the virtual campus at Unisul, and we receive demand from many companies in Brazil. And the most original demand we received was from the Brazilian Army, because the Brazilian Army have a problem. The army in Brazil, the Brazilian Army, have the very, very good military education. Right? But the military in Brazil are spread all over the country, and the military need to move each 2 years. To you be a general, you need work 35 years in the army, and you move 18, 70 times. To be a colonel, you need to work 30 years and need to move 15 times. Then, even the military have education, a military education. His wife don't have a civil education, and his kids, when goes with the military, don't have university education. And also the military in Brazil, they retired, they formed so younger, with 55, 58 years, they are retired, and they need. We are living more time. My grandfather lived 65 years. My father lived 78. The average of my generation is to live 85. My kids will be 90, maybe. Then the military have opportunity to work another way, but then they need another higher education to contribute to the society. Then was this demand who they bring to us? What then I need? How I can move the, here? Okay, may I put here? Okay, well, where I'm from? I'm from Unisul. It's a public university, like as Michael told. It's a traditional university in Brazil. In Brazil, a university with 45 years is a traditional university, because Brazil is the latest country in higher education. The Portuguese people was so with Brazil. They do not permit that Brazil create university when we was colony of Portugal. The Spanish people was kindly with the Spanish areas in America. The first university in Argentina, when was created? No, open, a traditional university. Yeah, the traditional university in Argentina was created. No, 4 citizens in Argentina. In República Dominicana, 5 citizens. In Brazil, the first university is one, como é que fala? How to speak in English? 1934. 1934. Yes, yes. When the Portuguese goes out of Brazil. Yeah. Then we are a traditional university in Brazil, institution where agreed the status of the university in 1989. We have two face-to-face campus and 1 virtual campus. I'm the director of the virtual campus. Like as Garrido told you, in Brazil you just can offer higher education if you have the agreement of the Ministry of Education. We get this agreement in 2002. And the agreement with the Brazilian Army will start in the spring of 2005. But the spring in Brazil is the opposite, the spring for you in Europe, because you are behind the Ecuador. Okay, exactly, okay. We are in the south of Brazil, like as Unicinos and like as Uninter and Facinter. We are here in Santa Catarina. It's an Italian area in Brazil. It also is a German area in Brazil. The most part of the population in Santa Catarina are the fourth generation of immigrants. Fourth generation of immigrants from Italy and from Germany. I'm not from here. I just live here. I'm from the center of Brazil, when it's not colonization by immigrants, but I descend from Indians, niggers, and Portuguese 4 citizens ago. We send distance education from Santa Catarina all over the country. That is the range of our university. We have 41,000 students. In the undergraduate by distance education, we have 7,300 students, and face-to-face undergraduate, we have 20,000 of students, and we have in the graduate program 13,000 of the students, the most part of distance education. Well, we are a traditional university, but we have two kinds of the students. The face-to-face students have the average 21 years old, the face-to-face students, and the distance education students who have 34 years old in the average of these students. It's different. Another person at morning told about it from the University of the United States. Is the same in Brazil. Well, the program with the Army in Brazil have no very large number of the students with us, no more than 975 students. But we spend a lot of time to work with this guy from the Army because they are abroad. Then we need to adaptate some technologies, some methodologies to support the learning of these people from the Army. Well, the scope of Unisul Virtual, we have the traditional distance programs, the undergraduate, graduate programs, and extension programs are non-certificate programs. Would be better to understand. Extension in Brazil is a little course from university, but it's not an undergraduate program, it's not a graduate program. In the United States, they say non-certificate programs. We have online support to all of the students of the university. We need to plan a qualification to the teachers who work with distance education, and they will use this technology and that methodology to innovate in the face-to-face classes. The face-to-face classes is changing in all the world. We use the new technologies. And the corporate distance education is the partnership that we set with some companies and with the Army. The mode of the Army is in that category, in the corporate distance education that we set at Unisul. Well, what is the characteristic of our program with the Army in Brazil? Well, it's the flexibility to that people keep programs ongoing. The cooperation gives to that students access to this institution by the same teachers who works with the face-to-face students. It's another characteristic of us. We have also at UNB, the professor of Unisul, the teacher of Unisul, need to work with face-to-face students and have another journey to work with distance students, okay? Well, to these people from the Army, we can characteristic, the face-to-face exams in Brazil, it's a legal obligation. Then, how can do it with the military? Because they are abroad now over the country and they have mission in Haiti, in Africa, in Asia. Well, just need to do the exams in the military organization. When the students are move out of one military organization, another country, another state, there's no more problem because the exams can be in various military organizations. And they can access the tutors, they can access the university. By internet is no problem. But when they are in the jungle, what do? Don't have internet in the jungle. Then we have to create a special team to support the teaching to that people who is in the jungle. There's no internet. We need to send printed materials to these guys. We need to send CD-ROMs to these guys because they don't can access movies. They can't access video from internet. We can send the, books from the library because they can't access the virtual library. And in Brazil, we don't have summer, spring, winter, and autumn like in Europe. We have the rain season, no rain season. In Amazon area, the rain season, 7 months a year, and you can't move. Even with boat, because in the rain season, in the rivers, you have trees, many big trees are growing to the, then you can move. Then you send with very times before you need to send materials to these people. And they have helicopters and planes. When the army send foods and other things, they bring the exams to us, okay? It's a special, well, we use with these people all of the technologies because they need to use printed materials, they need to use internet, we have video classes, we have video conferencing, teleconference, telephone and face-to-face meetings. Like as Yolanda told you, I will not repeat the use of these resources because it's almost the same use that we have, except we don't have online classes with the students. We don't have, we don't have teleclass with the students. All of the organization of the UNISUL is offline university. The students can access every time. It's on-demand classes. It's not online classes in telesalas or in polos, like Yolanda told you. Well, here are the face-to-face local examinations that UNISUL have in Brazil. And also in this moment, we have 130 military organization with the Army Brazil. Where are the students in this moment? But in UNISUL, we are moving to a flexible model. We are not using more the name distance education because the student of our university can move off the model. It's I can't name to say it. The student on campus, the face-to-face students, they can do a mixed course, a mixed program. Example, they can 80% of the study on campus and 20% by distance education. The student by distance education have all of the program delivered by distance education. Only the exams are presential. But each time, whatever time, the student of these three can move to that. And the students who are here can move to that. Because we offer the same programs. We have pedagogy here, we have pedagogy here. We have business here, we have business here. With the same curricula, with the same courses. Then the student can move. Then it's a flexible model for the student. It's a diversified model of teaching, yes, a blended model of learning. Then we need to work with the professor, like us at UNB, and we need to work with the student, because the student can study 1 year here, 1 year here, okay? It's the slide that I most love, because we are a traditional university, but we train more than 1,000 professors. Our university have 1,600 professors working in this moment. Then we plan to train all of the professors to be able to work with face-to-face education and work with distance education. In 6 years, from 5 years, we can train a large group. And the course designated that we have, I love this number, because we have 485 courses. Courses, not a program. Como é que fala disciplina? A signature course. Okay. It's so good because we need to shape an instructional design to build a course with printed materials and online materials, because we have students who don't have access of internet. Then we need to set each course in a book, and you have different 485 books like that with different contents. It's a very good number in Brazil that we have for you. Okay. The student include receive a CD-ROM with the welcome to UniSul. It's for you too. And the student has received the uniform, and they use the uniform in the face-to-face exams. It's for you too. And all of this material.
That's enough.
And all of these materials are in a box, and the box is for you too. Okay. I love this number because when we start it in Brazil, the president, director of the university say, "Oh, where are the professors that will create the contents?" I say, "At the university." No, I don't believe, because they are common, normal professors. I know. Everyone are normal teachers, normal professors. They will try, and we will support, and we will create a model to support these professors till they get didactical materials, and we are doing it every time. Where are the mouse? Here. Okay, that is the major partners that we have. We have a no large number of the students in distance education, but we have the agreement of the most important organization in Brazil. The Army is the most important partnership that we have. The Brazilian Navy is a partnership that we have. The Air Force of Brazil is becoming to be a partnership with us. At 25 of this month, they will sign a partnership to us and the others. Here in Europe, we have a cooperation, maybe in the other slide. Here in Europe, it's going. No, it's not. Oh, não é aqui. Okay, because I click in the logo. Okay, here in Europe we have a partnership with the Università Ca' Foscari di Venezia in Projeto Alpha. Since 3 years we are in Projeto Alpha, and we have a degree. We have a graduate degree accredited in Brazil and in Europe in partnership with Veneza in Projeto Alpha. And we have also a partnership with the UOC, the Università Oberta della Catalunha. The students from Brazil, from UniSul in Europe, can do the exams in the sites and the local examinations of Universidade Aberta della Catalunha. And also we have a partnership in Portugal with Leiria. Leiria Instituto Politécnico de Leiria. We have a partnership with them in distance education. Okay, the most organizations are from Brazil. It's not necessarily explained for you here. Well, that is our undergraduate program portfolio. We don't have all of the programs of the university, because at the university, at face-to-face education, we have medicine, we have odontology, we have mechanic, engineering. That programs are not setting by distance education yet. Maybe in the future Then that is the portfolio. You have the same table in the paper that I send and is in the lobby. You can read it. I don't need to.
2 or 3 minutes.
Okay. What was the characteristic of the distance education model at UNISU? Well, flexibility. The students don't need to go to a study center to receive the classes, to receive the materials, to receive the tutoring. The tutoring is a center of tutoring at UNISU. Okay? All of tutoring is delivered by internet. Even we have military in jungle, we can use radio, the military radio, to do tutoring with when they are in missions in the jungle. But we don't have study centers to tutoring, just to examination. Mobility. In consequence, the students may move around all over the country because Brazil have it's so big, Brazil, too many people and too many areas. But we have a wide range of locals to do the examinations. Requirements to the students. The students needed to study 12, 16 hours per week. If the student don't spend this time, we will not continue in our program. We will not set the examinations. They will drop out. It's impossible. Okay, it's the minimum. The printed materials that we have, the student receives by internet and also the printed content, okay? And the student in Brazil, they need the printed content because they like to use that content. We try sometimes to not use printed materials. And the student, no, I need it because if they not send me, I will print in my house. And will be many papers. It's not good to use, okay? Technical support we have for the students. We have online support since morning and tonight. Students only work with the professors and their colleagues by virtual space, and they have examinations each 2 months. Okay. It's a survey that we made with the students. The Army students, it's only Army students, okay? We need a survey in the end of the last year, and they have 93% of happiness with the program, 85% the courses and our expectations, and 80% of them with the applicability in their workplace, because they are adult people. They are distance education students, is married, have 2 kids, and pay by your own job, okay? Aqui, it's if you move down, the school follows you. It's a characteristic of the UNISU model, and that is an example where when we have a mission in IT don't have internet, don't have telephone, don't have nothing, because was in the end of a civil war, and the Army of Brazil was of the blue, como é que fala, boina azul from ONU? The blue cap, the peace mission to recreate the infrastructure of IT. When the Brazilian army moved to IT, don't have anyone extruder of IT, then we send the materials of the students and the evaluations by the planes of the army, the Air Force of Brazil. And here is a student receiving the text and the books at IT and is doing the examination, and the examination will return to Brazil in the plane to be correct. It's an example of the logistic, Well, here's just a number of application and enrollments, but you have in the paper. I don't need to explain here. Also, you have in the paper. Also, you have in the paper. And aqui, you have in the paper also, with the army, the major armaments. Also, you have it in the paper. And here, well, it's my email and the site of the university. You don't have in the paper. Yeah, don't have, because I read the paper and don't have the email from the people in the paper and don't have the site. And on the site is here, virtual.unisul.br, and my email is vianney@unisul.br, and you are invited to do a virtual visit of Who Want to Know Brazil. We will be there with the arms to receive you, with your hair to receive you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I have some materials here in a little journal of our students when we have one student who conclude a 2 years undergraduate program and goes to Harvard to a master, like a master student is an honor for us. Okay.